Hey guys, I am Absentis, and I am here co-casting with SeaGnome. This is Game 3 between the Team Rooster and Team Zerg. Navi is on Team Zerg, spawning as a red Zerg rather, at the bottom left-hand corner of Xel'Naga Caverns, and her opponent Moonscream spawning as the green Zerg at the top right-hand corner. This tournament, or this Reddit Team League, is being brought to you by the Internet Movie Firearms Database, imfdb.org. Check them out. SeaGnome, as a Zerg player, what do you expect in the ZVZ?
Well, ZVZ is probably my least favorite matchup. I mean, both playing and watching, there's really not much to compare. I guess TVT is also almost equally as bad, but it's incredibly stressful because moving your drones like a few feet or a few in-game feet, so I guess that'd be like a quarter inch on the screen, can mean you lose all of them because one baneling pops or something like that. So you really need to pay extremely close attention to everything that's going on.
Alright, we do have Moonscream throwing down a fairly early pool. I think it was on 7. Navi sending out a drone scout, so she'll be able to see what's going on, and we'll have to react accordingly. I'm not really sure what builds call for such an early hatchery. I know Navi is responding with a spawning pool of her own. She should have that down in time for any kind of early Zergling pressure, which we are seeing 6 Zerglings from Moonscream.
Yeah, so that pool's definitely going to be in time for Navi, and Navi's actually one of the reasons. Oh, Moonscream actually going to plant down a spy crawler over here, and Navi doing the correct thing, bringing off a few drones. I think you can get away with only 3 drones, but I'm not sure.
It's like about that number, so she's definitely doing it properly. Moonscream smartly cancels, going to remake, probably trying to buy himself time while his 6 Zerglings come in. He's not getting gas. So this is reminiscent of an earlier game, Zerg versus Zerg. Won't spoil the results, of course. Navi has yet to start mining gas. She's probably just concerned with staying alive at the moment. She's getting her queen out, and she's getting some Zerglings, and Moonscream's Zerglings have arrived in her base.
Yeah, taking out one drone immediately. Looks like a second one also going to go down, but he needs to get quite a few of these drones to come out equal on top, even.
Yeah, Navi seems to just be buying time. Alright, again, forced to use all of her drones and her Zerglings. Probably going to be able to trap and take out most of Moonscream's forces right here. Yeah, not coming out too far behind. If you look at the harvester count, Navi's had 12 to 8. This is a really volatile matchup, and usually get a lot of really low harvester count games.
Yeah, not so much in StarCraft 2 as much as in Brood War, but where a single drone can make a difference. Yeah, 4 drones is a really big thing, especially with these really low counts. So, well, it looks like Moonscream actually just built a whole bunch, but Navi's definitely still got that lead.
Yeah, she's teching up. She's getting that Roach Warren. Moonscream has yet to tech to anything. Just finally getting gas now. Navi's going to poke in a bit. Might be trying to go for a Queen Snipe. Oh, Moonscream letting his Zerglings get out of position, but thankfully for him, his queen does survive.
Yeah, so Navi's just going to retreat back to home. No problem there. Well, maybe. Another 2-wing is going to move. Okay, there we go. Navi's actually one of the reasons why I was saying Team Zerg has a lot of strong Zergs. I mean, they're just names that you recognize a lot. Chompy, you recognize Navi, you recognize Yuloth. And then I think there are a few others that I'm forgetting, but I mean, just some really big name Zergs in the Red community. And also Navi being a girl, like the only girl that people regularly recognize.
Yeah, she does stream. Livestream.com/Navi says listen, I believe. She is, last I checked, was like over 1,000 point Zerg Diamond. Very solid player. She has her roaches out. Moonscream electing to go straight for lair. No other than that spawning pool. Not even metabolic boost. With the spawning crawler, I imagine he'll be just buying time so he can get to Mutalisks.
Yeah, Muta's definitely a decent option on this map. I don't really like this map at all for Zerg, but whatever. Mutalisks are going to be pretty nice, of course, against these units that can't even attack air. And Navi's just kind of walling off right now, getting up a lair of her own, getting up that second gas.
And being very nice with her roaches, forming a wall, not going to let any lings in, or banelings for that matter. Takes a lot of banelings to kill a single roach, so really nice wall there as she techs. Economically, they are about even now, but I would give the upper hand to Navi. With that evolution chamber, she'll be able to get upgrades, maybe throw down spore crawlers if the threat of mutalisks is imminent.
Yeah, I do assume that she's going to be going Hydras to complement the Roaches. Still very solid in ZVZ, and, well, yeah, later on, Hydra Roach is just much better with Infestors than Mutiling.
Ooh, Navi managing to sneak a Zergling inside Moonscream's base. Going to be taken up pretty quickly. I need to check her vision. She did not see that spire, although she did see the lair.
Yeah, I think that she can pretty safely assume that there was a spire going down. Just because she didn't see any roaches either, and you know it's kind of one or the other as in ZVZ. You go laying, bathing, mutas or roach hydra, and then later on you add infestors, and both sides will add in those ultras if the game ever gets that far.
Alright, this is kind of peculiar. I just noticed Navi does not have any control groups for her units. I think that's the first time I've seen that in a while. She's moving out now with a Zergling Roach force. Probably won't get too far against all these spine crawlers, but definitely will be able to check and see if there's a expansion up or not, and see what kind of unit composition Moonscream's going for.
Yeah, definitely. Moonscream, of course, is going to be contained to this base because he just doesn't have the units to move out at all. Looks like Navi is going to be pushing up here. I'm not sure why Moonscream decided to throw down this creep tumor. Just because, I mean, he knew that he was going to be going mutas, and the creep really isn't going to do much for you as much as your opponent in this case.
True, creep is a double-edged sword in this case. Navi has a whole bunch of roaches, 16 in fact. Yeah, actually going to be able to make pretty short work. Going to be able to take out the queen. There are mutas on the field now, and Navi being really smart and target firing that spire. That's going to go down any second.
Uh-oh.
There it goes.
This means that Moonscream is going to be in a really bad position. That Hydra Den still isn't yet finished for Navi, but once it does get finished, and it probably will, you know, relatively soon, Navi will be in a really nice position. These roaches being kind of wasted at this point against the spine crawlers doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, there aren't really any other good targets other than that spawning pool. Navi took out the queen, took out the tech building, so Moonscream really is in a bad position right now. Has no tech, and Navi's expanding, and she's got her Roach Hydra army on the way.
I like what Navi's doing, just continuing to queue up all of her units towards Moonscream's base, and this means that she's just going to, wow, get into the mineral line again and take out some more drones. Yeah,
that's crazy. So taking out those spine crawlers earlier, really good. Oh no, that one spine crawler doing the meat spin dance and wasn't able to get through the mineral line. Now finally trying to burrow in.
Queen goes down again, and there's just so few drones left at this point. Moonscream was trying to get out an expansion, but he's not doing so hot. The mutas are in Navi's base at her natural now. I'm not sure how much damage they did, but it doesn't really look too bad.
No, Moonscream might have lost a single muta, and Navi has a bunch of Hydras. Should she move those down, she should be pretty good. I guess focusing more so on Moonscream's base at the moment, and she's actually able to start attacking that spine crawler without being attacked back.
Yeah, looks like Navi now going to move down to defend her natural just in time, and Moonscream is going to be forced to retreat. Those roaches still doing really nicely. They they about have the life of that spawning pool, so it will survive pretty easily, but still, having it this low is kind of dangerous, and most importantly, it means that Moonscream won't be able to make any combat units if it does go down.
Yep. Navi has a quite formidable force of roaches and hydras. Moonscream, he just has Zerglings and mutas, now getting a Baneling nest, but not going to be all that effective against anything but those hydras, and that requires some pretty good micro. So right now, Navi is going in for this death kill right now. Moonscream just simply does not have the units to stop it.
Yeah, going directly for this hatchery. This really, he's going to be able to whittle away at these roaches, but that's about it. And now the Hydra's going to come in, going to be able to do a lot of the damage to those mutas as well. And all the wings die.
Yep, Moonscream's down to 1 muta, down a hatch. Failing Nest is not up yet. Moonscream knows this and calls a good game.
So that means that this is going to be 2-1, right? In favor of Team Zerg?
That's correct. We're going on to game 4 that determines if you go to an ace match or if that ends the series.